Welcome back, Green Book. This is our third and final week of studying gerunds in chapter 7. So to start today, let's read a quote. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. We can roughly translate this into Spanish as cuando el camino se pone duro, los duros siguen caminando. Más o menos así. I wanted to use this example because it's a really well-known saying among English speakers, and it also has a gerund in it. Woohoo! The going is our example of the gerund in this case, okay? So the going is referring to moving forward, so it's still sort of an action, but we're using it like an activity, or we're identifying it as an activity. I would also say you could think of the going as like your path in life. So I hope that apart from the real example of a gerund in real life, this quote is also encouraging to you to keep studying English even when it's hard, and to just keep going with a new normal that we all find ourselves in right now. To start today, we are working on pages 90 and 91 in the textbook. And guess what? We have 6 of these verbs that we're practicing today. 6! Look at all those, yay! That means that you're almost experts. So that's a good thing, okay? So take a minute, let's look at these verbs, become familiar with whether we use them with infinitives or gerunds or both, okay?
Okay, now she wants to do some examples.
Yay!
Okay,
I've made a decision.
what is it?
I've decided to quit eating junk food.
That's great. Have you ever tried to stop eating junk food before?
Yes, many times, but every time I've stopped eating it, I've begun to eat it again after a few days.
Well, I hope you're successful this time.
I hope so too. After all, I can't keep on eating junk food for the rest of my life.
Okay, number 1.
I've made a decision.
Wow, what is it?
I've decided to quit biting my nails.
That's great. Have you ever tried to stop biting your nails before?
Yes, many times. But every time I've stopped biting them, I've begun to bite them again after a few days.
Well, I hope you're successful this time.
I hope so too. After all, I can't keep on biting my nails for the rest of my life. So notice that each of these examples is a verb phrase consisting of a verb and an object. So remember, an object is just a person or thing that receives the action. You can use object pronouns to replace the object in each of these phrases. So instead of saying, eat junk food, eating junk food, eat junk food, we can sometimes say, eat it, or eating it. And the way that sounds for the example in number 1 would be bite them or biting them, because the object is my nails and it's plural. Now go call a friend and work on page 91 together. Important decisions.
Okay, Jim had to make an important decision recently. He made an appointment for an interview at the Tectron internet company. He had to decide what to wear. First, he considered wearing a sweater to the interview. Then, he thought about wearing a sports jacket. Finally, he decided to wear a suit and a tie. Jim thinks he made the right decision. He's glad he didn't wear a sweater or sports jacket. He feels that wearing a suit and tie was the best thing to do.
Nick had to make an important decision recently. He got out of the army and had to decide what to do with his life. First, he considered working in his family's grocery store. Then, he thought about taking a job in a restaurant. Finally, he decided to enroll in a college and study engineering. Nick thinks he made the right decision. He's glad he didn't work in his family's grocery store or take a job in a restaurant. He feels that enrolling in a college and studying engineering was the smartest thing to do.
Maria had to make an important decision recently. She lost her job as a bookkeeper because her company went out of business, and she had to decide what to do. First, she considered looking for another job as a bookkeeper. Then, she thought about working as a secretary for a while. Finally, she decided to enroll in technical school and study network programming. Maria thinks she made the right decision. She's glad she didn't look for another job as a bookkeeper or work as a secretary for a while. She thinks that enrolling in technical school and studying network programming was the best thing to do.
True, false, or maybe. You can pause the video after each question to answer it. Jim considered wearing a sweater to the interview. He got the job at the Tektron Internet Company. Nick's family is in the restaurant business. The grocery business. Nick first became interested in engineering while he was in the army. Maria wasn't a very good bookkeeper. We don't know, but that's not why she lost her job. After Maria lost her job, she worked as a secretary for a while. Maria feels she made the right decision.
Nice work today. That is the end of today's lesson. Make sure you do pages 85, 86, and 87 in your workbooks. As always, if you have any questions, let us know. Leave us a comment below here on this video, and then we can respond to it in our Asesoría de Inglés meeting on Thursday of this week. So, hope to see you there. Have a great week, you guys.